good to see you tonight. My name is Gina Hooper, and thank you for allowing me to have a voice today. I'm going to be reading some of what you've approved for my 4th grader, my 9-year-old to read, and it is pretty graphic, so I just want to warn you. It's going to be, the book is called Walk of Two Moons. My mother screamed just once, one long mournful wail, and then it was quiet. When the doctor carried the baby out of the room, I asked to see it. It had a pale bluish tinge, and there were marks on its neck where the umbilical cord had strangled it. It might have been dead for hours, the doctor told my father. I asked if I could touch her. She was still a little warm from being inside my mother. I thought maybe if I held her, she would wake up. I slept beside my mother until I heard her calling my father. When he turned on the light, I saw the blood spread out all across the bed. It had soaked the sheets and the blanket. It had soaked in the white plaster of my cast. She wouldn't stop bleeding. Later, my mother said they took out all of my equipment. She would not have any more babies. The teacher's manual gives 3 separate warnings for the emotionally mature content in this book. With all of the great literature out there, it's my question, why are we reading a book with this many warnings? Page 91 of the teacher's manual states, this sophisticated cognitive works builds a foundation for critical thinking, including concepts related to social justice. The next book is also for 4th grade for 9-year-olds called Hatchet. His mother sitting in the station wagon with the man, and she had leaned across and kissed him. Kissed the man with short blonde hair, and it was not a friendly peck, but a kiss. A kiss where she turned her head over at an angle and put her mouth against the mouth of the blonde man who was not his father, and kissed mouth to mouth, and then brought her hand up to touch his cheek, his forehead while they were kissing, and Brian saw it. Saw this thing that his mother did with the blonde man. Saw the kiss that became the secret that his father still did not know all about. To where he wanted to die. He had settled into the gray funk deeper and still deeper until finally in the dark he had gone up on the ridge and taken the hatchet and tried to end it by cutting himself. Madness, a hissing madness that took his brain. There had been nothing for him then, and he tried to become nothing, but the cutting had been hard to do, impossible to do, and he had last fallen to his side, wishing for death, wishing for an end, and slept, only did not sleep. It is completely age inappropriate to teach our 9 and 10-year-olds about infidelity and suicide. Shame on you, Metro School Board. You are dumbing our children down with Common Core math and exposing them to this illicit reading material every chance you get. You're forcing them to wear a mask for 8 hours a day, and we all know that a mask society is a slave society. You all deserve a job in Washington for what you've done here. After a summer of hope that all things would return to normal, parents control their children, it was all revoked, leaving us without a voice. There is no time for other options, nothing for my child to do but go to school in a mask in bondage. With the literacy level at an all-time low, your focus should be on teaching our kids, not putting them in masks and teaching them this filth.